Honorable Speaker, I rise to oppose this motion for the following reasons. One, Honorable Speaker, I've read this report from page 1 to the last page. And whereas the committee attempts to reject the nomination of Dr. Phyllis Wambui Wagacha from being nominated to this position by virtue of age, the committee has failed to censor Public Service Commission, which has done the blunder of forwarding this name to the President for nomination. Honorable Speaker, this report outlines the process which was used to arrive at the name of this nominee. And the process started with the advertisement for the fulfillment of this position. And Honorable Speaker, about 261 Kenyans applied for this position. And out of those 261 Kenyans, 2 nominees were identified. And the first nominee was Dr. Phyllis Wambui Wagacha, and the second nominee was Mr. Rugut. Honorable Speaker, for PSC to forward this name to Parliament, knowing very well that this nominee does not meet the requirements for appointment, means that this Parliament must censor Public Service Commission. Honorable Speaker, we have this House, we have seen Public Service Commission making various recommendations, even some forwarded to this House. But Honorable Speaker, this House has never asked what is the performance, assess the performance of Public Service Commission. Honorable Speaker, this is a commission which exists to support political actions. This commission is not competent, it is not professional, and it does not look at various factors, even before the forward nominees here. Last time, Honorable Speaker, you know that this PSC forwarded nominees, approved appointment of the so-called CAS, which, Honorable Speaker, you know the courts have rejected the appointment. And this House has done nothing, even to invite PSC to come to answer. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, what I want to say also, Honorable Speaker, is that as a country, we cannot condemn people because of age. We know that there are many people who are aged, but they are very productive. Honorable Speaker, if you go to some countries in the West, there are people in their 90s who are still very, very productive. Even Ichungwa, Honorable Speaker, there's a guy called Ichungwa. Ichungwa, who was the former head of civil service, Honorable Speaker. Ichungwa is still active and is still being appointed. Honorable Speaker, this House cannot be used, to condemn innocent Kenyans because of age. I want to disagree with my colleagues who have submitted that this lady does not meet the qualification for this appointment because of age. Honorable Speaker, if you read this report, you will see that the committee is saying here that the lady met all the criteria that are set out, including competence and ability and education. And therefore, when it comes to age, then now we are saying because she's 75, she cannot sing, she cannot even sing in church. Honorable Speaker, I want to disagree, and I want to say, Honorable Speaker, that most Kenyans go to school after their retirement. By the way, Honorable Speaker, after I leave Parliament, I will go back to school, and I will expect this country to give me an opportunity to serve this country after I've increased my educational level. So, Honorable Speaker, I want to say, Honorable Speaker, that the reasons that have been submitted here for rejection of this lady, I do not agree with them, and I want this House to support the appointment of Dr. Wagacha to go and serve in this position. In any case, Honorable Speaker, Salaries and Remuneration Commission is not a running competition. The job does not want you to go there and run or play football. This is a job where you are supposed to go and use your intellect. This lady has gathered a lot of knowledge in her career, which is spanning over years. Therefore, to say that she's old, she cannot perform, this is not right. Unless to be a commissioner in SRC, you need to be running every morning 5 hours, you need to go to the gym, you need to lift weight. That is not the description of this position, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, I want to plead with this House that we must support this lady to be given this job, because I know what the politicians are trying to do, Honorable Speaker. They want us to reject this lady so that the next person to be appointed is Mr. Rugut. That is the intention of this appointment. Once you reject this lady, the next person to be appointed will be Mr. Rugut, because PSC forwarded 2 names to the President, this lady and Mr. Rugut. So,
Yes, Honorable Samuel Chepkonga.
Honorable Chepkonga, once
What is out of order?
Yeah. I stand pursuant to Standing Order 92 on the veracity of the information the Honorable Atandi is purporting to offer to this House. I have never heard anywhere where a Mr. Rugut is intended to substitute.
We get you, Honorable Chepkonga, just sit down. Honorable Samuel Atandi, when did you leave Parliament to work in the offices of the appointing authority to know who they intend to appoint?
Honorable Speaker, the PSC forwarded 2 names to the President. The first name was Dr. Phyllis Wambui Wagacha, and the second name is Mr. Jafta Kiplimo Rugut. The President picked Dr. Phyllis Wambui. The alternative is Mr. Kiplimo Rugut. So once we reject this name,
Honorable Atandi, you know, you must be careful with the statements you make in Parliament. Which law is this which says that when number 1 is dropped, the process is not started afresh? Number 2 on the list takes over.
Honorable Speaker,
is there a law like that you can quote?
No, Honorable Speaker, you are insinuating that the process will be started afresh. I'm telling you that because I know the politicians on that side.
I'm asking under what law?
No.
Because if there is no law you are quoting, I would rather you withdrew that part and concluded your submissions.
Honorable Speaker, I'm being a politician, and you know this House is full of politicians. And we know that these appointments are all political. There's nothing legal in these appointments. Because if there was any law to be followed, then this name would have not ended here.
The Honorable Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, rise on a point of order because you have given very clear instructions to the Honorable Samuel Atandi that he withdraws and apologizes to the House, because as much as he wants to play politics, this is a house of politicians, but not a house of politics. Here we deal with facts as they are. The law as it is, and Mr. Speaker, you have guided him well to tell us under what law are you saying if you don't pick number 1, you go to number 2. And I know he has no knowledge of any law that exists.
No.
He has no knowledge of such a law, and if he has, he either gives us that law or he simply withdraws what he had said and apologizes to the House, but he cannot use that opportunity to continue saying more unpalatable things on the same issue.
Honorable Atandi, you have made your point. Why don't you make it easy for the House
Honorable Speaker, I withdraw.
By withdrawing that,
Speaker,
thing that is not supported by law?
Honorable Speaker, I withdraw with caution, but to also say that, Honorable Speaker...
Oh, you have withdrawn. Thank you very much. You can proceed.
Honorable Speaker, if the next nominee, in case this House rejects the nominee of Phyllis, I would be sad, Honorable Speaker, if the name of the second fellow is sent here for appointment. Then at that point, maybe the House will agree with me. But Honorable Speaker, let me conclude by saying that I have not seen anything in this report that should make this House not to nominate Dr. Phyllis Wambui Wagacha for this position. For the reasons I've explained, Honorable Speaker, that this position is not a position that is meant to be performed using a lot of energy, and you don't need to be an athlete, a boxer, to be able to perform as a commissioner. And the reasons that have been advanced by the commission on account of age does not make sense, because there are so many Kenyans, including the former head of public service, who I think is in his 90s, and is still serving in public service. So, Honorable Speaker, I submit that I reject this report by the committee.
What is out of order, Honorable Nyikal?
Chair, is it in order?